Okay, okay. My video is now I'm live in front of you. I can
Yes,
see.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now listen to me very carefully. The because you are all first sem students, so definitely this system of examination is all new to you. So there are chances that you and I will make mistakes, right? So you are giving an examination which neither you have faced, neither you have appeared earlier in your college days, nor we are also used to it. But suddenly, all of a sudden, we teachers are getting accustomed to this system because we are conducting for the last 2 years this online exam. So we are also learning. We are also gradually learning this online system of examination, but you will be appearing for the first time. So you need to understand most of the things that you need to follow. Now, I will, it's better to share with you first the mistakes, the common mistakes that most of the students, they usually does. That is what I noticed, and we teachers have noticed in the online system. But before that, I think you have been given a template, a format, just like a balance sheet format. We are accounts, commerce students. We are used to a format. In in this exam system, you are given an answer script format. So the format, you can get it printed out in your local Xerox shop or somewhere, or you can use your own handwriting format. But you have to follow that format because you cannot design your own answer script. Answer scripts are strictly followed a pattern, a structure that you need to follow. In your WhatsApp group, a format will be shared. I think it's already being shared, and that is the template, the structure, the format which you will be using for each and every exam. So for all the exam, the answer script pattern will be the same. Now you have two choice. Either you take a printout of the format, and then suppose you have 12 page, 15 page, whatever, that depends on the content of your answers. Or if you don't want to take a printout, you can write it using your own handwriting. You can follow the same pattern. So that is your answer script. Page 1, page 2, page 3, how many or whatever pages that you are going to use it. So once you have this answer script, the next thing is that you have to do fill in the blanks. Just like a fill in the blanks we used to do in our school, whatever information, whatever information is being asked for, you will fill it one by one. Whether it's your registration number, whether it's your roll number, whether it's the subject, whether it's the code, subject code, maybe CC, or maybe whatever 401101, all those things you will fill it up along with the date of examination, time of examination, and the signature. So one common mistake that we have seen is that students are forgetting to write the number of pages that you are using it. Please try to understand, you are giving an online exam. So whatever pages you are writing, as we will consider it to be true or correct. So if you are mentioning that you have totally used 14 pages, then immediately on the very first page there is one row, you must mention how many pages. You cannot keep that blank, because when the teachers will evaluate, when we will download your answer script, we must ensure, we'll cross check that the pages that I received as an examiner is exactly the same as the number of pages that you have mentioned. जितना पेज नंबर आप यूज करेंगे, whether it is 14 pages, whether it is 5 pages, whether it is 20 pages, ये बहुत important है आपके लिए कि you must mention those number of pages on the very first page in the designated row. There is a
Good
row,
evening to all of you. I hope
just
I'm
like the fill
audible
in the
to all.
blanks. You have to fill it up because only that is
Yes, sir.
Yes,
allowed.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
If
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
write
Good
10
evening, sir.
Okay.
pages
Good
and
evening.
if you have
And
attached 12 pages,
since you will be giving
then
your
we will not
semester one
accept it.
Yes,
examinations,
sir.
yes,
Or if you
since
write,
you will be giving your semester one examinations, which starts from the 19th, we have arranged for a doubt clearing session so that since this is the first time you will be giving a full-fledged examination online, so there are certain rules which you need to follow. And I am just waiting for a few more students to join in, and I will start this that session shortly. And this is very important for all of you, not only for giving the examination properly, but also that the paper can be properly evaluated. Okay, so this is the very first experience that you'll be having, since you already have an experience of giving an internal examination, but that internal examination was an MCQ type. So there is a difference between giving an internal examination with that of a examination in the form of a semester examination, end semester examination. Okay, so we will be having a full length discussion on that. And after I have explained you all the details, if you have any question, you may ask me. All right, but please keep in mind these are very, very important instructions, and that has to be strictly followed. Otherwise, there will be a problem in the process of evaluating the scripts and accepting the scripts. Okay, so this is something that you need to understand very clearly. So I'll wait for another 2 to 3 more minutes so that some more people can join in, and then I will start my session. Okay, so please bear with me, and we'll just wait for another 2 to 3 more minutes, and then we'll join. We'll start. Okay.
at the bottom आपके signature है. So you are like giving a certificate, attested. You know, we do attestate of the certificates. It's a proof, it's an evidence that whatever you have written, it's the candidates using his or her own writing, and at the end you are putting a signature. Do not miss out the signature. Do not miss out the signature for each and every page of the answer script. Now, date, whether you need to put a date, yes, you can give a date. You may give a date because you have to fill up the date on the very first page, cover page. So you'll write on the very cover page, fill in the blanks, you will mention the date. So automatically that date is the first page. Now, if you're writing a signature, अगर आपका मन हुआ कि हम date भी डालेंगे तो डाल दीजिए. You can, you may not. But before submission, when the exam will be over, when the exam will be over, please, हाँ जल्दी होगा, आपको टेंशन होगा. Obviously, as a student, you will be very tensed that whether my answer script is going online. दिखाई तो नहीं देगा ना, because there is no exam hall, no teacher, no invigilator is standing in front of you. कि I will collect from Alicia, I will collect from Orgodip, I will collect from Onamika. So there is no scope, na. So you will be quite tensed. Ki sir, is my answer script actually going online? So you'll be a bit hesitant, you'll be a bit tensed, but that doesn't mean you will make some silly mistakes. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. Why so? Because the thing is that you have to ensure, you all have to ensure that before sending through email, few things must be cross checked. 5 minutes plus minus, it's okay, we can understand that. But then please, you have to ensure that all the pages are signed. And what color of ink? Now this you must not ask me, you know very well. Other than red ink, you can use anything, red and green. What is the standard format? The standard is either you use blue or black. I don't think you need to ask this type of questions, right? But you can ask me anything. So you'll be writing, and you'll be writing. Now someone just asked both sides. No, don't write both sides, because you have to scan karna padega na. You have to scan You have to scan each and every page. So definitely you must not write on both the sides of the answer script,
Sir,
right?
is margin compulsory in every pages?
Huh? Sorry?
Is margin compulsory for every pages?
That looks good, na? That looks
Okay,
good. Na? If you put margin on all the sides, it's only good for you. Like, 10-15 minutes before the exam, if you put down those margins on each the page while writing, that only becomes presentable. अच्छा दिखता है. अगर आपको अच्छा दिख, if you feel that you need to be presentable, it's your choice. If you do not want to give the margins, then fine. That is not a compulsion. जो compulsory है, the things which are must,
All right.
there we
Good
must not
evening to
make
every
any
one of you.
mistake.
So let's start today's session.
Like
Okay.
blue
sir.
or
So I
black,
hope I'm
it's
audible to
your
all of you
choice.
now.
Whether you prefer a
Yes,
blue
sir.
Yes,
pen
sir.
or a
Okay.
black ink pen,
I'll
that is
just make one
absolutely
small
your choice.
presentation. This
Okay,
okay.
ये
Yes,
होता
sir.
है, it's common.
All right.
I
So
can
I'll just
understand.
make it
Amit will
okay. I'll
make some
just make it a
mistake.
little
Animesh
bigger
Mitra will
so
make
that
some mistake.
you can see
But
this very carefully. So the first thing first, your examination time is from 12 to 2 p.m. Okay, you will be getting the time for the examination, that is from 12 to 2 p.m. This is your scheduled time. Now, what happens is in an online examination, you are given an half an hour grace. What is that grace? Your question paper will be sent to your email IDs, which have already been recorded in our database and which we have with us. We will send you the question paper almost around 11:30. So at what time you will get your question paper? At what time will you get
11:30.
11:30? Okay, it will be around 11:30 to 11:35. You will get your question papers. Now that when we are giving you that question paper, it includes that half an hour time of uploading and downloading. What happens is that you can download the paper very quickly. Okay, so the question paper you can download very quickly and you start writing, and by 2 p.m. all your answer scripts must be uploaded. So your maximum time for uploading and completing the examination is 2 p.m. That is the maximum time. You just cannot take any extra time beyond 2 p.m. Okay, so remember this, 2 p.m. is the final time for complete submission. There is no time added to 2 p.m. for your submission. Many students have this problem. They think up to 2 p.m. I will write, and after that I will scan my pages and I will create the PDF and then I will send it or upload it. That is not the fact. You should finish your paper and you should upload it by 2 p.m. because 11:30 you are already getting your question paper. So if you take any additional time after 2 p.m., it actually means you are increasing your examination time. And this is not allowed. Is it clear? Is it clear to all
Yes,
of you?
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The second is this, that you are supposed to use an A4 size paper. You will not use any paper which is either smaller than A4 or which is, there is someone who has to mute himself or herself because there's a lot of noise coming in. All right, you will have to use an A4 size paper, and you cannot use a small kind of a paper which is smaller than A4, nor you can use a paper which is bigger than A4. Okay, you are supposed to use an A4 size paper for your examination. Now, you will, these are the very important points for
Sir,
your,
someone is unmuted still.
yes, this is creating a problem. Just 1 minute. Let me check. There's someone who has still not muted himself or herself. Now it is all right. Now it is all right. So let's start. I hope you can see this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the most important part, and I want everyone to pay a very close attention to point number 2. You will write your roll number as per the admit card. I hope every one of you have the admit card with you. Do you have your admit cards with you? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No,
You
sir.
don't. You
No, sir.
you don't have admit card, right? You don't have admit
No,
card.
yeah.
Sir,
What
our
what?
roll number was sent to the email ID. Just see
All right. You
in that
you
format.
have your roll numbers. You have your
Yeah,
roll
we have
Yes, sir.
numbers. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then clearly write your roll number. Don't make a
Yes, sir.
mistake in your
Yesterday we got the roll number, but we
right.
don't.
Okay,
So
no
we don't have
problem.
the admit card. We
No
just have the roll.
problem. Admit card you may be getting a bit later, or that is not that important right now. What is more important is that you should have your roll number, which should be written very, very correctly. Don't, if you find you have wrongly written your roll number, any mistake, just scratch out and write it again. Just don't overwrite. I hope you understand the meaning of overwriting. লেখার উপরে লিখবে না, ঠিক আছে? আবার নতুন করে কেটে নতুন করে লিখবে, so that there is no problem in understanding your paper. Okay, just 1 minute. All right, I hope this is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
you will write your roll number. Now you must be having your registration numbers, that are university registration numbers. Do you all have your
Yes.
registration numbers?
Yes, sir.
Those who still do not have their university registration numbers and they are pending, you will simply write over there OU. Okay, so OU means other university. Okay, OU means other university. Those who do not have, this is not for those who are already a CU student. If you are a Calcutta University student from your BCom days, you must have your registration number, and that registration number is always followed even in the university. But if you have given your examinations of undergraduate levels from any other university and you are migrating into Calcutta University and you still do not have your registration number, then just in the place of registration number, just write OU, that is other university, and that will be fine. We don't have any problem if you still do not have your registration number. Is this part clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the third point, paper code and name of the paper. Now from where will you get the paper code? You will get the paper code from the question paper itself. In the question paper, you will find the paper code. Okay, since you are in the first semester, definitely be CC101. That will be your first paper. Is it okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
that
Yes,
becomes
sir.
your paper
Yes,
code.
sir.
Okay, that becomes your paper code, and the name of the paper, you will get it from the question paper itself. So in the answer script, the first thing that you write is, in the first page, your roll number, your registration number, your paper code, and the name of the paper. This is very, very important, because we need to understand that this student has given this examination. So if you have written the paper code, you have written the name of the paper, and this should be in sequence. First the paper code, followed by the name of the paper. Next, the date of the examination. Always write the date of the examination. So since you're giving your first examination on the 19th of February, write clearly 19/19/02/2022. You clearly write the examination date, and please do not make a mistake in writing it as 2021. That is a very natural mistake when you are in the month of February, because you still have the habit of writing 2021. So please, for the sake of the examination, write the date very carefully, because these are officially recorded documents. So you cannot make a mistake in the date of the examination. Now, duration of the examination will always remain the same. So this is already mentioned, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now comes when you're writing your, but before I come to the third point, let me tell you that supposing now you have written the first page of the examination, Now you want to start writing. Okay. So from after you have finished the duration, leave few uh, 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 lines or a little bit of space if you have in the first page, and then you start your first question. It can be from module 1, it can be from module 2, whichever way you feel comfortable, which question you feel comfortable, whatever be your choice, you start writing your question. And remember, this is already your first page. All right. This becomes your first page. So remember, when you are putting your page numbers, which will be on the top right side of the page, not in the bottom, in the top right side of the page, this will be your page number. The first page is including this particular page wherein you have written your name, your roll number, not your name, sorry, your roll number, your registration number, your paper code. This is also your page number, that is page number 1. Many students have the habit of writing this in the first page and start numbering the page from where they start writing the questions answer. That is not correct. Even if you're writing your top page and then you're skipping one page and you're writing your answers from the second page, remember this will always be the first page of your answer script, and this will be page number 1. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. So when you're writing your page number, this should be on the top right side of your answer script, not in the bottom side, bottom or in the middle or in any other positions. All right. So this is on the top right side of each page. Each page should have your page numbers. Remember, since you will have to take a picture of your answer script, it is not advisable to write on both sides of an answer script. If you're writing on both sides of the answer script and you take a picture, then when you take the picture, you will find the back side of that answer script's writing will start coming up on that image. And that will be very, very difficult for the examiner to examine your paper. So we always advise you, write on one side of the paper. Write on one side of the paper. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you should always write on the single side of the paper and not on both sides of your paper. And next, you should put your full signature with date. This is very, very important for your part. You should put your signature with date at the bottom right of every page that is used. So you are not supposed to give initial. You should sign in full, and you should always mention the date at the bottom right of every page. So remember, the page number will be on the top right and your signature and date will be on the bottom right of every page that is used. If you do not use a particular page and you have just taken the snapshot, you just delete that page. All right, you don't put it inside your file. So you will only put up a file which has your pages which are used, and every page that is used should have a full signature with date on the bottom right. So this is very, very important. Many students forget to put their full signature. Remember, if any page doesn't have your signature, that page will be considered as cancelled. All right. So it may be considered that this is not written by you. So when you put your signature on that, it means that it is your work. I hope this is making sense to all of you who are giving an examination. You know this importance of putting a signature on your page. I
Yes,
hope
sir.
you understand that.
Yes, sir.
Right. So don't forget, please, in the hurry of writing, don't forget this most important part. Next, when you write and complete your paper in full, since you will be using a lot of answer scripts and since you're using only one side of the answer script, it is quite understandable that you will use 13, 14 pages. All right. First thing first, you should arrange them sequentially. First, put all the page numbers and then put them in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever number of pages you have used, put them in order of sequence. from in the what we call it as the ascending order, or and then scan them in the order of the page number. All right. So page number 1 first, page number 2 second, page number 3 third, page number 4 fourth, page number 5 fifth, page number 6 sixth. In this way, you just make a scan and you convert them into a single PDF file. One PDF file you will have. All right. You will have one PDF file. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
have a one PDF file that you are submitting, not more than one. And now what will be the name of the file? This is very important for all of us to understand. What will be the name of the file? Now, basically, any one of you tell me your roll number, full roll number. Just anyone tell me your roll number. Any one of you, just
P95
just 1 minute. Yes.
/ MCM
P
P95.
P95.
C. Calcutta University
All right. C95
/
95 slash
MCM
MCM
/
slash yes
211
211
306.
306. Right.
Yes.
Now I want every one of you to look at this very carefully. All right. I'll just make it a little bigger so that you can see this. I hope everyone can see this.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Now, when I'm writing the file name, this is my file name. This is my file name, which I want to write. How will I write the file name? Supposing he wants to write the file name for the first paper of the examination, for the first examination paper, he will simply write 211 306, right? So he's not writing C95 MCM. Is it okay? Is it
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So he simply writes this 6-digit roll number which is given to him. So every one of you have your own unique roll numbers. So someone will write 211306, someone will write 211307. So whoever has whatever roll number, he writes or she writes that. Then you put an underscore. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
you write the paper code. Say the first examination is CC101. Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
This will be your file name. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So someone who has a roll number which is 211303, that person will write underscore CC301. Is it okay? Sorry, 101. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
All right. Now, when you come for the second day of examination, what do you write? Second day of examination would be 303. You know the paper code?
Yes, sir. CC 102.
CC 102.
102. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now you will write your paper codes. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So any question on writing how to write the file name? Anyone having any question? This is very important.
No, sir.
Fine. So this is your file name for all your examinations that you are going to give. Every individual will have what changes is, the change is in the roll number. This style is unique for all. This style is unique for all. Is it okay? This one is unique. What changes is your roll number. Fine?
স্যার একটা কোশ্চেন ছিল। হ্যালো স্যার।
বলো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, বলছি স্যার মেলের যে সাবজেক্টের নামটা হবে ওটাও কি সেম এটাই হবে তো না?
বলে দিচ্ছি আগে এই ফাইল নেমটা হয়ে যাক, ঠিক আছে?
ওকে 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 ওকে।
তাহলে এটা বোঝা গেছে?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now come to the subject. Whenever you are sending an email to your designated group in charge, you will have a group in charge.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So everyone will have a group in charge. Okay, that is the objective of your department, to designate a group in charge. Supposing I am your group in charge. Okay, supposing I am your group in charge. So my email ID is bscom. Supposing I am just writing this, you just for your understanding, don't take this down now because I still do not know who is your group in charge. bscom@caluniv.ac.in. Okay, So supposing this is my email ID and you have to send your papers to my email ID. So first and foremost, you have already made your file, you have converted your PDF and you have given your file name and you want to send me. So supposing you have to send me, so suppose in your email, you will have to write my email ID in two, and then when you write the subject, when you write the subject of the mail, what will be the subject of the mail? The subject of the mail will be just your this file name. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
nothing more. You don't have to write too many things because we don't want you to make it more complicated. Okay? So the subject is the same as your file name. Okay? And then what you do is, since you are given the subject, and in the body of that, you don't write anything, dear sir, respected sir, and all those things you just don't need to do. You simply make the attachment and you just upload it. Okay, so you want to write few lines on that. So this is my paper, you may write it, but that is also not required. Okay, so you simply have to attach your file and send it to the designated email ID, which will be given to you and shared with you, all of you, in your WhatsApps. Okay, is it clear?
Clear,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, very good. So now what we need to understand is that your full roll number underscore paper code, this full roll number doesn't actually means, see, this is, so see how this has been given. This is the correct one. Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the same as your subject of the mail, and it will be the
Yes, sir.
same as the file name. I hope now there should be no problem with you. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now
Yes,
you will
sir.
submit this, as I've told you, in the designated email ID which has been given to you. Okay. And the last
Yes, sir.
thing is this, that all your physical answer scripts, keep this in very important in your mind. Where you have written, that hard copy has to be retained. Okay. You will have to preserve your answer scripts. Since we will be only having the software version, the hard copy of that answer script where you have written, that will be with you. Okay, you will have to preserve that. Don't throw away your papers after your examination. Because anytime we want to check your answer scripts which you have written, we may call you up with your answer scripts which you have written and which you have uploaded. So after every examination, staple them up and make a file in your home. Don't throw away your answer scripts. I hope this is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So later on, don't say, sir, I have thrown those papers away after my examination, so I just don't know where they are. Okay. So it may be very, very important for you to make that if we
Yes,
need that for
sir.
some reason or the other. Okay. So this is a very important note. Now, any question from whatever we have learned from here? Anyone having any question? Then I will give you some additional points. Any question?
স্যার একটা কথা ছিল
হ্যাঁ
স্যার।
বলো।
হ্যালো স্যার।
হ্যাঁ বলো।
স্যার বলছি, আমার ফার্স্ট ইন্টারনাল যখন পরীক্ষাটা হয়েছিল তখন হয়তো
হ্যাঁ।
কোনো টেকনিক্যাল ইস্যুর জন্য মানে আমার মেলটা মানে একবারের জায়গায় দুবারে চলে গেছিল, ঠিক আছে, মানে
হ্যাঁ,
দুবার
হ্যাঁ।
পিডিএফটা সেন্ড হয়ে গেছে,
হ্যাঁ।
ঠিক আছে। সেরকম যদি এইবার মানে কোনো টেকনিক, অনেক সময় হতেই তো পারে না একসাথে তো অনেকেই
না হবে
পাঠায়
না, আমি
মেলটা,
বলে দিচ্ছি,
ঠিক আছে।
আমি বলে দিচ্ছি কেন হয় আর কেন হবে না। ঠিক আছে, আমি এই যে এগুলো অ্যাডিশনাল পয়েন্টগুলো আমি তোমাদের বলে দিচ্ছি। ঠিক আছে, আমাকে এখন আপাতত বলো, এই ইনস্ট্রাকশনের মধ্যে কারোর কোনো সমস্যা আছে? এনি প্রবলেম উইথ দিস ইনস্ট্রাকশন? সো আই ক্যান প্রসিড উইথ দ্য নেক্সট পার্ট।
Sir.
No, sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Okay, sir, আমাদের যে ফরম্যাটিং এর যে পিডিএফটা দিয়েছিল, লাইক যেটা জেরক্স, লাইক ইটস আ প্রিন্ট, মানে লাইক জেরক্স, লাইক অন দ্য,
Sir, may I?
I think you speak first, then I say it.
No, you can't continue. Complete it.
Okay, sir, ওই যে যেটা দিয়েছে জেরক্সটা, সেইটাকে লাইক উই ক্যান প্রিন্ট ইট আউট, মানে আমরা কি ওটা প্রিন্ট আউট বের করেও করতে পারি? বিকজ ফরম্যাটিং তো ওখানে অলরেডি সেমই দেওয়া, শুধু পেজেসটাকে আই থিঙ্ক একটাকে প্রিন্ট আউট বের করতে হবে, বাকি সব আর জেরক্স। সো উই ক্যান ডু দ্যাট অলসো, রাইট?
Exactly, you can do that. Okay, so now আমরা সবার কাছ থেকে, we don't expect all the students to do the formatting and all those things. So we have given you a template kind of a thing. We call it as a template. Okay. Now what every one of you can do is that first page you just take a printout and then you Xerox it for the next 6 examinations, the first page. And then for every examination that remains all the same. You just change your paper name, number and code and the date of the examination. Other things remains all the same. Okay. So that can be very, very helpful for all of you. If you can do that, the first page you just don't write it. But many students are there, they handwrite it. Okay. So that is also allowed. So whichever way you feel comfortable, you do that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So just to break it up, so there are some extras that are written in the template. So for example, the college roll number and other some part. So do we require to fill those parts?
Definitely not. This is the part which you need to fill. This is for your university. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I am being very clear that there is a difference between university and there is a difference between PG in colleges. In university, since we are the homegrown and we are the conductors, so for our students, we need to have only their roll number, we need to have their registration number, their paper code, date of examination, duration of examination. And that's the template which we need you all to fill up. Is it okay? And you will find that when this template has been shared with you, that only has these areas. Okay. So you don't need to put any extra thing there. Okay. Is it clear? Yes.
বলছি ওই টেমপ্লেটের মধ্যে সেকশন আর
What if we have done this in handwritten form?
No problem. Not at
Then
all.
do we have to write it in all pages?
Not in all. You see.
At the top of every sheet?
No, not on the top of it. Only in the first page. This instruction that you get to see what we have written. Write the following on the top of the first page of the answer script. Supposing you are writing paper CC 101. Okay. Only in the first page of paper CC 101 you will write all these 5 points. Not on all the pages. Okay. Not on all the pages. Is it okay? And then when again you write on the day of CC 102, again you will write on the first page all this information. Is it okay?
I asked.
Sir, I have one question. Now we have got the template
at the top of every page.
Sir,
just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Let's have this issue settled first. Ask me the question where you are having confusion. Tell me.
Sir.
Now just let that girl speak first who was talking to me.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I just first want to ask ki আমরা ফার্স্ট পেজটা প্রিন্ট আউট লাইক রেসপেক্টিভ প্রত্যেকটা এক্সামের জন্য আমি প্রিন্ট আউট বের করলাম 5টা ফার্স্ট পেজের, ঠিক আছে। নাও আই হ্যাভ নাও ওখানে তো রেসপেক্টিভ সবকিছু দেওয়া, সো আই এম ফিলিং আপ ইট, মানে আমি ওটাকে ফিল আপ করে প্রত্যেকটার জন্য আমি এই করলাম। এবারে স্যার আমার কোয়েশ্চেন হচ্ছে, আমরা যে পিডিএফটা পেয়েছিলাম সেখানে ওইটা ছাড়াও বাকি আরো স্যাম্পল 4-5টা পেজ ছিল, যেটার ওপরে কিন্তু প্রত্যেকটাতে লাইক আই থিঙ্ক একটা সার্টেন ওখানেও ইউনিভার্সিটি রোল নাম্বারের ওটা, তো ওটাও তো প্রত্যেকটার ক্ষেত্রে সেম, লাইক এখন ওটা চয়েস যে বাকিরা A4 সাইজ পেপারে ওটা হ্যান্ড রিটেনও করতে পারে, তাই তো?
একদম তাই। হ্যাঁ। Now the choice is whether you follow the template or you follow template follow kora mane ki I'm just taking the template in this form and I'm just printing it out, or you handwrite it with the same sequence. Our sequence of writing the same thakbe. Now if you want to handwrite it on the first page, you just do that. Okay.
Sir,
so
I
whether
think
you
she
want
is
to
trying
take the
to
print
say
or you
something
want
else. So she is trying to say something else. In the template, in the PDF, we got the template of first page and the rest of pages also. So she is asking we should print the rest of pages also.
No, just page the not rest of the pages.
Sir,
Only
question
the
is sir যে এক ফার্স্ট পেজে যে ইনফরমেশন গুলো আছে টেমপ্লেটটা সেটা বাস থাকবে, আর বাকি সব পেজ তো ব্ল্যাঙ্কই, সেখান থেকে বাস আনসারসই থাকবে, সেটাই আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছি।
এক্স্যাক্টলি তাই।
ওকে
এক্স্যাক্টলি তাই। ফার্স্ট পেজটা শুনো, তোমাদের কাছে এক মিনিট, let me clear this first. ফার্স্ট পেজের যে ইনফরমেশন থাকবে দ্যাট ইজ সামথিং উইচ ইজ ইম্পর্টেন্ট। ওকে, তারপরে যে কটা পেজ তুমি ব্যবহার করছো দ্যাট ইজ অনলি ইয়োর আনসার্স which will have your signature at the bottom with the date. Is it clear?
স্যার ওখানে উপরে রোল নাম্বারটাও লিখতে লেখা আছে ওখানে টেমপ্লেটে।
এখন একটা কথা বলি শোনো, রোল নাম্বার তুমি লিখতেই পারো, কেন বলা হয়েছে তার একটা কথা বলে রাখি। তোমার রোল নাম্বারটা এই কারণে লিখতে বলা হয়েছে কারণ এরকম বহু ক্ষেত্রে দেখা যায় যে অন্য কারোর রোল নাম্বারের পাতা তোমার পাতার সাথে চলে এসছে, অলরাইট। কিন্তু এটা একটা জেনে রাখবে, ইফ ইউ রাইট ইউর রোল নাম্বারস অন অল দি পেজেস, this is required where it is required where you are giving a physical examination, karon every page has to be stitched. If any page moves out of that stitching, then we find it very difficult to identify who is this person. Is it clear?
স্যার
But in
লিখলে
an
কোনো অসুবিধা নেই তো?
inline online examination, all this is in a PDF file. Okay, so all this will be in the same sector. Now if your template has mentioned to give your roll numbers at each of the pages, then write the roll number. If that is the condition, then you write it, because when we are observing, many students don't write their roll number on each of the pages, that the extra sheets that they are taking. Now for our sake, what we are trying to understand is this, that your roll numbers on each of the pages, if that template mentions that, write it, because that will be more important. That will be helping you all to find to establish that this is your paper. But more than that, what is important is that you have to put your signature at the bottom of every page, because that is very, very vital. Otherwise your paper, in spite of writing your roll number on each page, we will not consider it. Is it clear?
ইয়েস স্যার। স্যার বলছি আর একটা কোশ্চেন ছিল স্যার, বলছি সেকশন আর ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার যেটা দেয়া আছে ওটা কি স্যার ইন্টারনালে যেমন ভরেছিলাম সেরকমই লিখে দেবো?
হ্যাঁ, সেটা তো তোমাদের সেকশনটা তো তোমরা জানোই, ঠিক
হ্যাঁ
আছে। সেকশন এবং দেখো ওইটা তো তোমার অ্যাডিশনাল ডিটেলস, ঠিক আছে। অ্যাডিশনাল ডিটেলস এই কারণে, কারণ তখন তো সেকশন হিসেবে তোমাদেরকে ভাগ করা হয়েছিল, ঠিক আছে। সেকশন এবং সেটাকে তোমরা ইভিনিং বা ডে সেই হিসেবে, ঠিক আছে। তো তোমাদের টেমপ্লেটে কি ওটা দেওয়া আছে, সেকশন এবং রোল ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
আচ্ছা, তাহলে ওটা দিতে হবে, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, তাহলে ওটা দিতে হবে। এখন একটা জিনিস আমি একটু বলে রাখি, just one more minute. Now with respect to writing your roll numbers, this roll number I hope every one of you have, that I must first know that each individual, এই যে আমরা রোল নাম্বারটা দিয়েছি, এই রোল নাম্বারটা সবার কাছে আছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Yes sir, yes sir.
Everyone has this roll number. So this is very, very important for you all. Please keep that thing in mind. Okay, so there shouldn't be any problem with your class roll number and writing this. Okay, so in class, that we call it as a serial number. This is called your university roll number. Okay, so there should be no confusion. This 6-digit is your roll number for your examination. Okay, so there shouldn't be any problem with that part. Any extra that is put into it, whether it is with respect to a particular kind of a paper, additional information that is there, but what your examination the instruction is provided, these are the most vital exam records which is given to you all. Okay, now if your template requires a few more information which needs to be put in, you just put in that, maybe your class roll number, serial number with the section that you may put in, but these are the most vital parts that you need to write down. Okay, so if you're following the template, that is okay. If that template has to be followed very closely. And if you are taking a printout, just take the printout of your first page and don't take the printout of any other page. If you are writing it handwritten, then follow the sequence of the template and then write it so that there's a uniformity and we can understand it very quickly. Now with regard to every page, whether you will give your roll number or not, now if it is definitely advisable to give a roll number so that there is an evidence that this is your paper, that's why it has been given. But that evidence, I'm telling you once again, that you write it, since it is given in your template, you write it, but very importantly, put the signature on every page of your answer script. This is, I would say, is the fundamental to your acceptance of the paper. Full signature with date at the bottom right of every page that is used. So if I don't get to see this part, then most probably I will not accept that page while I'm correcting your answer script. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any further question? Any further question?
Sir, when will
Yes, another question.
One by one, please.
we get the admit card?
Let's hope that we will get the admit card later on, but what is more important is this, that that is the university to decide. I really do not know. Maybe your head will communicate with that. Okay.
So we don't have registration number. That's why I'm asking you if.
The question is that, are you a CU student? Have you done
No,
your
sir.
BCom from CU?
No, sir. No, sir.
I have already mentioned that if you are non-CU student, if you are a
So one thing.
just listen to me. If you are a non-CU student, what you write is that if you have still not got your registration number, in that place you will write OU. OU means other university. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And whenever you get your registration, so for you it becomes more evident that this roll number should be very, very carefully written. Okay?
Yes,
Because
sir. Yes.
you only have one identification. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
একটা কোশ্চেন ছিল স্যার।
Yes, sir.
Bolo. Just
sir,
one
I have a
minute,
doubt.
please. One person is just
Sir, I
one
have a
person
doubt.
is already asking the question. Let him finish.
হ্যালো স্যার।
Let him finish. Yes.
হ্যালো স্যার, বলছি স্যার অনেক
yes,
সময় মানে
বলো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ইন্টারনাল পরীক্ষার সময় অনেক সময় আমার দেখা গেছে যে মানে দুবার করে মানে মেলটা চলে গেছে আর কি, ঠিক আছে, মানে টেকনিক্যাল ইস্যুর জন্য। মানে এরকম
আমি
যদি
বলেছি
হয়
যে আমি বলে দিচ্ছি, আমি এগুলোকে নিয়ে একটু পরে ডিসকাস করছি, আগে এই পার্টটাকে আমরা শেষ করি, ঠিক আছে?
আচ্ছা, ওকে
টেকনিক্যাল ইস্যু নিয়ে আমি একটু পরে বলছি, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, হু ইজ নেক্সট?
Sir, I am.
Sir, templated like if I.
1 minute, let him finish. Yes, বলো।
Okay. Sir, আমার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল যে আমি ফার্স্ট পেজটা প্রিন্ট আউট করলাম, তো দ্যাট ইজ মাই পেজ নাম্বার 1। সো নেক্সট পেজ থেকে যখন আমি লেখা শুরু করব তো আমারটা পেজ নাম্বার 2 হবে, তাই
না,
তো?
তুমি ওই পেজ থেকেও লিখতে পারো, ওই পেজ থেকেও লিখতে পারো, ঠিক আছে? এমন নয় যে প্রথম পাতা থেকে লিখতে পারবে না, কারণ এইটুকু লেখার জন্য বেশি জায়গা লাগে না কিন্তু, ঠিক আছে?
কিন্তু স্যার যদি টেমপ্লেটের ওটা জেরক্স আমি মানে লাইক প্রিন্ট আউট বের করি, তো স্যার ওইটা তো পুরোটাই লেগে গেলে তো ওটা পেজ নাম্বার 1 যদি হয়ে যায়।
পুরোটা লেগে যাচ্ছে কি? টেমপ্লেটটা কি অতটাই জায়গা জুড়ে লেখা আছে? উপরটা তো খানিকটা, তলার দিকটা তো ফাঁকা আছে।
একটুখানি ফাঁকা আছে স্যার, খুব কম স্পেস প্রোভাইডেড।
হ্যাঁ মানে স্যার ওইখানে থেকে লেখা স্টার্ট করাটা লাইক এর থেকে লাইক নেক্সট পেজ থেকে যদি আমি করি, আমি ওটাই জিজ্ঞেস করছি যে আমি টেমপ্লেটের ওটাকেও তো পেজ নাম্বার 1ই ধরবো, তো ওটা যদি পেজ নাম্বার 1।
আমি জাস্ট একটা কথা এখানে টেকনিক্যালি একটা কথা বলে রাখি। I want everyone of you listen to this very carefully. Now, whatever, if you are using the template form and you are taking the printout and you are having a small space, I will ask you all to start from there itself. Why? Because whatever space you can reduce, that is very important, because when you are uploading the file, if it is a big file, it becomes very difficult to upload. Okay, so you are taking an image form and you are converting it to a PDF. So you should always try to reduce the number of total scripts that you are using. You, in some cases of the examination, you may require to answer 20-24 pages. So why will you leave any area of that page? Because this is not a physical examination where you can stitch and give it up. You will have to make it a file and you'll have to make a PDF. And you all know there is a limit to which you can upload. All right. So if it is more than a 5 MB file, maybe you may not be able to upload the file at all. So it becomes very essential that you don't leave any page and you think that I will start from the next page, it will be better. So it is better that we use as much of page that is available. Okay. So this is up to you. If you want to start from the fresh page, that is okay. But what we have seen over the few years of online examination, many students who have a bigger handwriting and they take a lot of pages to write, they find it a lot of problem while they are uploading so many pages. Is it okay? Now the choice is yours. Okay, the next question.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, my doubt is ki sir, will we sir make or sir create margin in ना all sir ना मतलब सर हम लोग सारे क्वेश्चन का जो हम लोग आंसर देंगे जो पेज में, तो वहां सर हम लोग मार्जिन हम लोग वहां डालेंगे कि नहीं डालेंगे? लाइक हम लोग का आप तो सर फ्रंट पेज बोल दे वहां नाम और रोल नंबर वगैरह सब होगा, उसका तो कोई मतलब नहीं है। तो जो हम लोग का सर सेकंड पेज है वहां सर जहां हम लोग का सिविल एग्जाम आप जहां बोले हम लोग का आंसर जिसमें करना है, वहां हम लोग मार्जिन क्रिएट करेंगे या नहीं करेंगे?
सुनो, एक छोटा सा मार्जिन तो रखना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि तुमको तो क्वेश्चन नंबर लिखना पड़ेगा ना, क्वेश्चन
ओके
नंबर
सर।
तो लिखना
दिन
पड़ेगा।
हाँ, दिन जैसे सर हम लोग प्रीवियस करते थे, तो सर हम लोग चारों ओर से मार्जिन कर
नहीं,
सकते हैं, मार्जिन कर सकते
सुनो, चारों ओर से मार्जिन करने का जरूरत नहीं है। जो करना है, टॉप में एक तो छोटा सा मार्जिन कर लो, क्योंकि तुमको उसमें थोड़ा तुम्हारा रोल नंबर डालना है। नीचे में थोड़ा सिग्नेचर के लिए जगह छोड़ना है, ठीक है, राइट साइड के लिए, तो नीचे का एक तो मार्जिन कर लो। बाएं तरफ में थोड़ा सा मार्जिन करना जरूरी है, क्योंकि तुमको क्वेश्चन नंबर लिखना है, ठीक है। राइट साइड में मार्जिन मत रखो, क्योंकि अगर तुम मार्जिन रखते हो राइट साइड में, तो क्या होता है, तुम्हारा पेपर छोटा हो जाता है, ठीक है, तो लिखने का
ओके
जगह
सर,
कम हो
आई
जाएगा ना।
अंडरस्टैंड।
हाँ,
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर, वही सब डाउट था। ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
ठीक। एनी मोर
So,
क्वेश्चन?
yes, sir. Can sir maybe we use a ruled A4 size sheet?
See, we do not have the provisions of writing in a ruled paper. Okay, ruled paper में problem क्या होता है कि many a times what we have, there are many diagrams which gets converged with that line. Okay, so that may sometimes create a problem. In general, when you are giving an examination, we generally use a blank script. Okay,
Okay, sir.
we generally give a blank script. We don't use ruled lines. Okay, because rule
So,
lines create a problem. Problem is that rule lines, they have a line in between, so when you're taking a snapshot, that can create a problem.
okay,
Okay,
sir.
so
And
that can create a
yeah, so and one more thing. So in the first page, I'll get the printout what we have got from CU, and in the first page everything is written. If I start my answers from the bottom left part, whatever the space is left, then that will be my first page with all the details like roll number and registration number, with the page number at the top and the top right, and the signature and date with the bottom right
right,
part. And
right.
from the next page, I'll put only my roll
Roll
number
roll
in the
number on the
upper
top.
part,
Right,
and right upper right part with my page number,
right,
and bottom right part with my roll signature and date.
right.
And this will go into one.
Even on the first page, you'll have to put your signature. Signature is mandatory for all the pages. Okay,
Okay, okay, clear, clear, clear. Thank you.
okay, okay. Anything else?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, is there any specific size for creating the PDF?
I told you, no, size for the PDF means that if the file size is more than 5 MB, it will be a problem sending on the mail. Okay,
So
that's
maximum should be 5 MB.
5 MB. Okay, but
Okay,
the
thank you,
point is
sir.
that 5 MB is still a very big file. Okay, so it is not that
Okay,
a very
sir.
small file. If you're writing more than a 5 MB, it means that you're writing it huge. Either your handwriting is too big, or you're writing the entire book itself. Okay, so
Okay, sir, thank you.
that maybe I'll be discussing a bit
Sir,
later. Okay.
স্যার বলছি যে আমাদের ইন্টারনালের সময় যে রোল নাম্বারটা দেওয়া হয়েছিল, ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার, আর স্যার আগের দিনকার ফাইল পাঠানো হয়েছিল আমাদেরকে, যেখানে আমাদের ইউনিভার্সিটি রোল নাম্বার ছিল, তার স্যার সিরিয়াল নাম্বারের সঙ্গে ম্যাচ করছে না।
সেটা তুমি একটু পেমা স্যারের সাথে কথা বলে নিও, ঠিক আছে?
স্যার কোনটা লিখবো সেটা স্যার জিজ্ঞেস করছিলাম।
আমার বক্তব্য হচ্ছে, আমি যেটুকু জানি সেটুকু হচ্ছে, ইউনিভার্সিটি একটা রোল নাম্বার আছে, ঠিক আছে, এটাকে আমরা বলি এক্সামিনেশন রোল নাম্বার, যেটা আমি এখানে দেখালাম, ঠিক আছে?
ওকে,
এই যে রোল নাম্বারটা একজন আমাকে বললো, নিশ্চয়ই তোমার একটা 6 ডিজিট রোল নাম্বার আছে।
স্যার ওটা আমি বলেছি।
তাহলে তোমারটাই তোমাকে আমি বলছি, তাহলে তো এটাই তো হচ্ছে রোল নাম্বার, ঠিক আছে? আমি তো এই জন্য সবাইকে জিজ্ঞেস করলাম যে সবাইকে এই রোল নাম্বারটা পেয়েছো? তো সবাই বলেছে হ্যাঁ পেয়েছি। তাহলে এই 6 ডিজিট রোল নাম্বারটা কথাই আমরা বলছি, এই যে তুমি যেটা আমায় বললে এইটা, ঠিক আছে? এটা হচ্ছে আমার ইউনিভার্সিটি রোল নাম্বার, ঠিক আছে?
ওকে,
সেখান থেকে আমি জাস্ট এইটুকু নিলাম।
Last part in the
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so actually একটা ডাউট এসেছে, I was just going through the template, তো স্যার ওইখানে কিছু এক্সট্রা জিনিস আছে, ফর এক্সাম্পল কলেজ কোয়েশ্চেন এটসেট্রা কিছু।
Just 1 minute, there's someone talking.
306 like.
No, sir, I'll just let you talk. হ্যাঁ স্যার, একটা পার্ট আছে যে কলেজ রোল নাম্বার, তারপর সেকশন ওই সব কিছু আছে। তো পার্টিকুলারলি we have already got an email regarding our college roll number, so we'll just provide that roll number that has been allotted to us, right?
College roll numbers or university roll numbers?
class roll number is there.
Class roll number. I'm very sorry for that.
Right.
Class roll number আছে।
স্যার ওটা নিয়ে স্যার ডাউটটা আছে আমার যে ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারে কোনটা লিখবো স্যার ইন্টারনালের সময় একটা দিয়েছিল স্যার
হ্যাঁ
আর স্যার কালকে যেটা পাঠিয়েছে সেটার সঙ্গে স্যার ট্যালি করছে না মানে সিরিয়াল নাম্বারের সঙ্গে ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার ট্যালি করছে না
just 1 minute
আরে
just
আরে
just just
সিরিয়াল নাম্বার
just
জাস্ট ওটা তো
just
হ্যাঁ
1 minute just 1
আই
minute just
থিঙ্ক তোর ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারটা হচ্ছে বেসিক্যালি তোর যেটা মানে আমার যেমন
না
ক্লাস
না
রোল নাম্বার তোর 98 ছিল, ইউনিভার্সিটি রোল নাম্বারটা তোর আলাদা হবে, যেটা তোর 211 সেটা মানে যেমন তোর বিকমেও ছিল না, ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার
I'm not
আলাদা
talking
থাকতো আর
about the
ইউনিভার্সিটি
university
আলাদা
roll number.
থাকতো।
just 1 minute, I'll just clarify it. Just give me 2 more minutes. I'll just call up and I'll just clarify for you. Okay, so there'll be no room of doubt after this doubt clearing session. Okay, just hold on. We will not take
Okay,
anything since it's a serious issue. I'll just clarify it myself with the head and then I will let you know. Just give me 5 minutes. Okay, just 1 minute, since I don't have the template with me right now. All right. I am finding it very difficult to connect now because they are having these sessions. Now, can anyone tell me what is the additional point that is given in the template? Just tell me what is extra given. Your class roll number is given?
Yes, sir.
And anything else? Section?
Section দেয়া আছে, class roll number.
So name of the student is also
Sir,
given.
name of the student.
Name of the student, okay? All right, just 1 minute. Any one of you can show me that template once from your files? Any one of you have along with you?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, I do have.
Does any one of you just make that presentation? I'm stopping my presentation now. Just present it. Any one of you do that?
So this is the one.
Fine. Just make it a little bigger. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Fine. Now, as the template goes on, see, this is the first thing, CNSM. This one is the one that you need to fill up. This is your roll number. Okay, just the number which you will be having, 30 something, the 6-digit number that you need to fill up. And now this is an additional point, name of the student. Please write the name because we need to keep a track, because there'll be some who will not be having the registration number. So we need a 2-point identification, your name, this roll number as per your admit card, which means that you already have this roll number. Okay. This is the CU registration number that they're talking about. Now, this is important. Shift, day or evening. Every one of you know whether you belong to the day or evening, and your section, that is important. Now, this class roll number, now, what is this class roll number? Do you have any class roll number? You have a class serial number, I suppose.
Sir,
Yeah,
No, sir.
No, sir,
Roll
we
number
have a roll
also.
number. Yes, we have a roll number.
Okay, fine. Then
actually,
that can you tell me what is the class roll number for any one of you? I just given this.
I'm Divanjan Barichari speaking. To me, the class roll number is 104.
Well, the class roll number is
104.
104, right? Fine. So you write that. You write that. Since you have your class roll number, it's important that you write that. Okay, so you write your class roll number and the name of the subject, the paper code, the date of the examination, the time of the examination. And there is one page that you makes it very important, that is the number of pages that you have attached. So this is the full template that is that the instruction was the part 1. This is better in some form, that you write the full number of pages that you have written. And this is very important since you'll be using a lot of pages to write. It is better and is always recommended that you write all the numbers here in one single page, that is 14 pages or 15 pages that you have taken. And that 14 or 15 is inclusive the top page. Okay, this is also considered as page number 1. Okay, so this will be considered as page number 1. And this is Mcom semester 1 examination. Mcom semester 1 examination 2022. Is it 2022? Is it 2022?
Yes, sir.
See the date that is given there.
Yeah, it's 2021 here.
Right, 2021. Yeah, right.
Okay.
So
21 is written there.
Yeah, right. 2021,
Yes,
because this is your semester 1 2021. Okay. So don't write 2022. Okay, don't write 2022. Right. Just follow what is written. Okay. Now this is your first page, and now let me be very clear that someone was telling there's a difference between the class roll number. What was the issue there? Because if you have a class roll number,
হ্যাঁ স্যার, অ্যাকচুয়ালি ইন্টারনালের সময় আমাদের ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার দিয়েছিল। তো সাপোজ আমারটা স্যার 155 ছিল।
রাইট।
তো স্যার আগের দিনকে একটা স্যার ফাইল পাঠিয়েছিলেন স্যার, যেখানে স্যার ইউনিভার্সের রোল নাম্বারটা ছিল। তার স্যার করসপন্ডিং এর সিরিয়াল নাম্বারটা স্যার 146 ছিল আমার।
আচ্ছা।
তো স্যার আমি ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারটা কি 146 লিখবো না 155 লিখবো? এটা
আচ্ছা, এই সমস্যাটা কি সবার কার হয়েছে যে তাদেরটা চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে?
আমি এটা বুঝতে পেরেছি কি হয়েছে। এটা বেসিক্যালি কি হয়েছে, আমাদের নেম ওয়াইজ পাঠানো হয়েছে, নাম ওয়াইজ হচ্ছে। কারণ আমার পরে আরেকজনের নাম আছে, হি ওয়াজ মাই স্কুলমেট, তো সে মর্নিং সেশনে আছে, সো আই এম ইন দ্য ইভিনিং সেশন। তো সেটাই হচ্ছে, মানে ওটা নামকে ওয়াস্তে আপনাকে পাঠানো হচ্ছে। ইট হ্যাজ বিন অ্যালটেড অ্যাকর্ডিং টু ইওর নেম,
মানে
অ্যালফাবেটিক্যালি সাজানো হয়েছে। তো
আচ্ছা
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
সেটা স্যার জিজ্ঞেস করছিলাম।
ওকে okay one that clarity I will ask Pima sir to send it to your WhatsApp. Okay.
স্যার আমার
just
একটা
one more
কোয়েশ্চেন আছে, আপনি কিছুক্ষণ আগে বললেন যে
না আমি একটা করে একটু সলভ করি, ঠিক আছে? যেহেতু আমি এখন কন্ট্যাক্টেবল নই, এই ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারটা যে সমস্যা হচ্ছে যেটা নিয়ে আমাদের হচ্ছে, দ্যাট আই থিঙ্ক আই উইল ট্রাই টু কমিউনিকেট ইউ থ্রু প্রেমালামা স্যার। ওকে ওকে। আর এর বাইরে এখানে কোনো সমস্যা আছে?
না স্যার
স্যার একটাই, যেমন যে
ওকে
পেজটা
স্যার।
উপরে সি নাম্বারটা ওরকম করে দেওয়া আছে C95 MCM, এটা তো বেসিক্যালি যারা কলেজের জন্য আছে, রাইট?
শোনো
হ্যাঁ
একটা
তো
কথা বলি, শোনো আমাদের কাছে তুমি যেই মুহূর্তে জাস্ট তোমার এটা তো একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড একটা ফর্ম, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
তাই জন্য এটা প্রিন্টেড ফর্ম, ঠিক আছে? তোমাকে কতটুকু লিখতে হচ্ছে? তোমাকে লিখতে হচ্ছে জাস্ট তোমার 6 ডিজিট নাম্বারটা, রাইট? এবার তুমি যদি এই পুরোটা C95 MCM 6 ডিজিট, তোমাকে তো এটা লিখতে হবে না এক্সাম রোল নাম্বার, ঠিক আছে? ইউ ডোন্ট হ্যাভ টু রাইট দ্যাট, ওকে? এটা তোমাকে বোঝানোর জন্য বলা হয়েছে, ঠিক আছে? You simply have to write C95 MCM and the 6 digit number. Okay?
Okay.
তুমি কি পাশে নিউ পেজ লিখবে? তুমি তো ওখানে জাস্ট পেজ নাম্বারটা লিখবে, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ওকে স্যার।
Okay?
Thank you sir. Then I'm stopping the presentation.
Fine. No, I just asked anyone else having any question here? তাহলে আমি একটু টেকনিক্যাল
ইয়েস
ইস্যুতে
স্যার,
যাব।
ইয়েস স্যার, আমার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন আছে। আপনি কিছুক্ষণ আগে বললেন যে ডেটটা 2021 লিখতে হবে, মানে এক মিনিট, ডেট অফ এক্সামিনেশন যেটা রয়েছে সেখানে আমি লিখবো 19 ফেব্রুয়ারি 2021।
2022
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ওটাই আমি জিজ্ঞেস করলাম। আপনি বললেন 2021 লিখবে, তো কি করে হয় ওটা?
না স্যার বললো
এবার এটা একটু ক্ল্যারিটি তোমাকে বলে রাখি, তোমার সেমিস্টারটা ফার্স্ট সেমিস্টার তুমি ভর্তি হয়েছো কবে? 2022 তে না 2021 এ?
2021 এ।
তাহলে এক্সামিনেশন সেমিস্টার 1 হচ্ছে 2021 এর, ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু ডেট অফ দ্য এক্সামিনেশন মানে কি? যেদিনকে তুমি পরীক্ষাটা দিচ্ছ, তাই তো?
তো আমি ওখানে শুধু 19 ফেব্রুয়ারি বা রেসপেক্টিভ ওটা লিখবো, আর ইয়ার লিখতে যাব না ওখানে।
কেন লিখবে না? কেন জিনিসটা কনফিউজ করছো? তোমার ডেটটা কি শুধু 19 ফেব্রুয়ারি না 19 ফেব্রুয়ারি 2022?
2022।
সেটাই লিখবে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, ওকে স্যার, গট ইট।
Mcom semester 1 examination 2021 হচ্ছে অফিশিয়াল এক্সামিনেশন ডেট, কারণ তুমি সেমিস্টার 1টা 2021 এ শুরু করেছো। ইজ ইট ক্লিয়ার? সেমিস্টার 1 এর পড়াটা তোমার 2021 এ শুরু হয়েছে। ইজ ইট ক্লিয়ার? এটা তোমার চিন্তার বিষয় নয় কিন্তু, ঠিক আছে? This is from the university standpoint. Okay? This is from your university standpoint. Is it clear?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
And এটাকে নিয়ে আমাদের কোনো মাথা ব্যথা নেই, ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু তুমি ডেট অফ দি এক্সামিনেশন যেটা তুমি দেবে, so please keep in mind the date of the examination will always be the 2022 date on which you are exactly giving the examination. Is it okay?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yes sir.
Any question that you need to use or you have in your mind?
Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Follow.
Sir, which color I use, black or blue?
Preferably black. ঠিক আছে? Why black? Because black is very good when you take a picture. Okay? Blue অনেক সময় glow করে, ঠিক আছে? Blue sometimes glows. Okay? So black is preferably the most important color, but if you feel that no, I have a problem in writing in black or something like that, then most probably you may also write in blue. Okay? Is it okay?
Okay sir.
Yes sir.
প্রেমা, আচ্ছা এদের যে সিরিয়াল নাম্বার যেটা আছে, হ্যাঁ, এরা যে ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার যেটা লিখছে সেটা চেঞ্জ হয়েছে কেন অনেক ক্ষেত্রে? ওই যে 146 147 বলছে, যাদের অরিজিনাল যখন তারা সেমিস্টার 1 এর ইন্টারনাল দিয়েছিল তখন সেটা ডিফারেন্ট ছিল, এখন তাদের রোল নাম্বারের সাথে যেটা এসছে সেটাতে ডিফারেন্ট আসছে কেন? ওটা ওরা জিজ্ঞেস করছে। কি উত্তর দেব? ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারটা যেটা তুমি বলেছো, ঠিক আছে, সেটা ওদের আগের ইন্টারনালের যে ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারের সাথে ম্যাচ করছে না কেন? হ্যাঁ, এক্সামিনেশন রোল নাম্বার আর ওরা বলছে যে ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারও আছে তার মধ্যে। ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার লেখা নেই? আচ্ছা তার মানে
না স্যার সিরিয়াল নাম্বার
they will normally write তাহলে যে ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারটা লিখতে বলেছো দ্যাট ইজ অ্যাজ পার देयर ইন্টারনাল এক্সামিনেশন। হুম 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 হ্যাঁ হুম আচ্ছা 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 হুম হুম আচ্ছা আচ্ছা হুম আচ্ছা 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 বাই দ্য বাই ওদের কি অ্যালফাবেটিক্যালি অর্ডারে সাজিয়ে কি কোনো রোল নাম্বারে চেঞ্জ হয়েছে, ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারে চেঞ্জ হয়েছে? সেইটা তাহলে ওরা জানছে কি করে যে ওদের চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে? কখন পাঠিয়েছিল, ফার্স্ট মেদের সাথে? হ্যাঁ আমাকে একটা কথা বলো, ক্লাস রোল নাম্বারের সাথে এটা কি তুমি কালকে যেটা পাঠিয়েছো এটা কি ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার পাঠিয়েছো, ইউনিভার্সিটি রোল নাম্বার পাঠিয়েছো? এক্সামিনেশন রোল নাম্বার মানে যে 211303 ওইগুলো পাঠিয়েছে তাই তো? তার সাথে ওদের ওইটা মিলছে না তাই তো? আচ্ছা মিলবে না, আচ্ছা সিরিয়াল নাম্বার পাঠিয়েছো। হুম 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 ঠিক আছে হুম ঠিক আছে বুঝতে পেরেছি। ওকে তাহলে আমি এইটুকু ওদের জানি যে এই জন্য তোমাকে ফোন করেছিলাম, ঠিক আছে? হুম 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 সেটা ওদেরকে বলার দরকার নেই, আমি জাস্ট যেটুকু জানার দরকার সেটা হচ্ছে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, এখন আমি তো এই মিটিং এ আছি, তাহলে আমি জাস্ট বলে দেবো তোমাদের যে প্রিভিয়াস যে মেলটা গেছিল তাতে তোমাদের ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার ছিল দ্যাট ইজ টু বি মেনটেন, ঠিক আছে? যেটা তোমরা ইন্টারনালি লিখেছো তাই তো? আর এটা যেটা কালকে গেছে দ্যাট ইজ ইয়োর ইউনিভার্সিটি রোল নাম্বার, ঠিক আছে? এক্সামিনেশন রোল নাম্বার ফর এক্সামিনেশন পার্ট, ওকে ঠিক আছে? আপ টু 4th সেমিস্টার, এবং এই দুটোই তোমাকে টেমপ্লেটে লিখতে হচ্ছে তাই তো? ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ওকে 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 হুম হুম ঠিক আছে ওকে 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 বাই বাই Okay, I was just having a talk with Pema Lama, sir. I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
And then now let me clear it out to all of you so that there will be no room for any confusion. So we are going for an examination. Let's keep things as it should be. Okay, so let's do this. And first thing first, with respect to your template, what someone has shown me, I'll just showcase you and I'll just finish it off this part. I hope this is visible now.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
First of all, this is your examination year 2021. Where you're getting the examination year, that confusion that you all had in mind, let me show you very clearly now. This is your timetable for the examination. I hope every one of you have received the timetable.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Every one of you have received the timetable. Now I want you all to see what is this. What is the year of your examination?
2021.
Is it clear? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is why in your template, this is Mcom semester 1 2021. Please do not write 2022. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So there should be
Yes,
no
sir.
room of doubt with respect to this. Now, see the date of the examinations. You can see the date of the examination. You can
Yes,
see the
sir.
date of the examination
Yes, sir.
2022. So just 1 minute. Happy mobile. আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ওকে 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 So your date of the examination and the day of the examination is mentioned here. So your paper code is mentioned here. So please be very careful. And always be very careful with the last examination. This is not CC, this will be GE. Okay. So you have a habit of writing CC, but for the last examination, this turns out to be a GE, general elective. Okay. So please keep this thing in mind. So this is now coming back to the answer template. So you are giving your 6-digit roll number, which has been allotted yesterday. I have just now learned that Pema sir has distributed this email to you all with your designated examination roll numbers here. Okay, so you have received the mail yesterday. Okay, so am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you're
Yes,
writing your
sir.
name, you're writing that 6-digit number, which has been allotted yesterday to all of you. You're writing your university registration number. If you don't have, you are simply writing OU. You are simply writing OU, that is outstation candidates on other universities. Okay. Now, this shift day and evening, every one of you know your section. So either you'll be from section 1 or section 2 or section 3, or you will be from the day or evening. So that you already know. Class roll number, what he has mentioned is that when you were giving your internal examination, you were using your class roll numbers. You had a mail then sent by Pema sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You all have
Yes,
that mail.
sir.
That is the number that you need to write. Your class roll number will be exactly what you have used in your
Yes,
internal
sir.
examinations. In your internal examinations, there is no room for doubt now. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is
It's
it
clear.
clear? Right.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
you write
sir.
now you write your name of the subject, you write your paper code, you write your date of the examination, you write the time, and you write the number of pages used. I hope this is clear. I
Yes,
hope
sir.
this is clear. Fine.
Yes, sir.
And now this is your full signature we did. We are just written this so that you can understand, but you don't need to write them. You don't need to write them. You just put your signature and you put the date. Just don't write full signature and of the student with date and then put your signature and date. This is just for you to understand that you need to put the signature and date on the top bottom part. Okay. Coming to the page number 2. Coming to page number 2. You don't need to write Mcom semester 1 examination 2021. Don't write all this now. Okay. You don't need to write all this now. You simply need to write your roll number, C95 MCM, supposing it is 3031121. You just write that and you write your page number and don't forget to put your signature there. So in every page, you just don't need to put in this, all this. Okay, so the Mcom semester 1 2021, you just don't need to put in all this because once you have written this over here, this is more than enough. Every time you just put your roll numbers, you put your page numbers, and you put your signature and date. Okay, and that is okay. Okay, so
Okay.
that is more than enough. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Okay, sir, got it.
All right. So now let's move on to the next segment wherein we
Sir.
have
Sir, hello, sir.
yes
I have a
yes.
question. Sir, name of the subject, I write OBA HRM or full?
Just write the abbreviation. Just write the abbreviation. Okay. See, the abbreviations are given to you: OBA, HRM, MEBE, STAT, DTAX, IB. Just write this one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you don't have to write the full name. Okay. We will understand from the abbreviations. Okay. Clear?
Okay, sir. Okay, clear, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now coming to some of the most important and technical issues that you can face for the examination. First and foremost, let me be very clear in stating that no sending multiple files. No sending multiple files, which means that you can only send one file to your designated email ID, which will be sent to you. Now, How can you avoid sending multiple files? First, when you send a file, sometimes the file gets queued. Sometimes it gets queued. So sometimes it gets queued. Okay, so this queuing problem is there. So what you need to do is that when you send the file, it may go directly. So there is no problem. It may so send, and then you may see that it is sent. So you may get to see that it is sent, or it may get queued. Now, when it gets queued, you will find that it is showing in the outbox. Okay. So when it gets queued and it is showing in the outbox, it means that the file has not been sent. So it has not reached the examiner. So what do you need to do? Will you send a second file? So in the hurry, what we find is that this is your first file. Okay, this is your first file. Either it gets sent or it gets queued. If it gets sent, you have no problem. But if it gets queued, what you do, you send a second file. And when you send, it again gets queued. You will find it again gets queued. Because once the problem has cropped in, it will continue to crop in. Then once again you send the file, you think that let me send it once again, the same problem will happen. Okay, so we always tell you, don't do this. First, when you have sent the file, if it is sent, it is okay, you have no problem. If it is queued, wait for some time. That's why you have been given an additional half an hour. That means your paper is at 11:30, you are submitting at 2. So we are expecting you to finish writing by 1:30, and you are expected to submit it by 2 p.m. So you have an half an hour time. Even if I say that you've extended your writing to 1:45, you'll have 15 minutes to send the paper, scan and send the paper. That is too much. So why do you need to hurry in this process? Because which is so important. You just wait for some time. This can go because there may be some network issues which you may be facing. Now, if you find that it is still not going, so one process that you can do is this. Don't go for this one. This is not something which we are expecting from you. Don't send so many. Just with this file, you just do one thing. You can do a refresh. All right, you can go for a refresh mode. This can immediately show you sent, and you will find that the outbox is now becoming empty. All right, if you still find that refreshing is not working, then you go for rebooting. You just reboot your phone. Okay, you just reboot your phone. Now you may reboot the phone, or you may just switch it off. Just switch off your phone, and then switch on, and then switch it on, and then switch it on. And you will find that everything is okay. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So at no point of time you are sending it once again. Don't make this mistake, let me tell you once and for all, because this is a very important lesson for all of you to learn. That's why we are holding this session. Now you find that even after doing rebooting and reswitching and refreshing, nothing is working. What is your call? Immediately, don't waste your time. Immediately call your group in charge. Immediately call your group in charge, because we have assigned some kind of a mode wherein we know if there is a serious technical issue, all this should be reported within 2 p.m. After 2 p.m., if you're calling that person up, he will not respond to your call. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now it is up to the group in charge to instruct you what to do. He may ask you that to send that file to his WhatsApp. He may tell you that don't do anything right now. Wait for another 10 more minutes. I'm giving you an extra time. Just wait for 10 more minutes and then do it once again. That is that person's discretion. Please don't take that into your hands because your paper will not be accepted after 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. That means if it is 2-1, we will not accept your paper because this will be the official recorded time in the Gmail. And we all know the official recorded time will be the final time for your submission point. So this, if you are doing it, your paper is not likely to be considered for examination purposes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you cannot claim that there was a technical issue and
Yes.
and hence I could not submit my paper, because you have an option to call your group in charge, or you can WhatsApp your group in charge, or whatever that group in charge is telling you, you may immediately do that. That's why you have your group in charge. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So no
Yes,
point
sir.
in judging that you are having a serious technical issue and you couldn't manage it yourself, so you have submitted it late. So please, please, and please don't fall into this kind of a problem, because you are monitoring yourself. So this is self-regulatory and we can only see the end part of it. So if you are not getting things on time, we will not accept your paper. Strict action is likely to be taken for all the students who are submitting it late. And please don't say, sorry, sir, this is the last time I'm doing it, the first time and the last time. This is an examination, so there is no first and there is no last. All right, so every examination is important. So this is how you can save yourself from sending multiple files. The next problem, this is the first problem. I hope I have been able to address this.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the next problem, which most of the students have. This is our
Yes,
experience for holding the
sir.
examination for some time now. So what is the second problem that you have? The second problem that you have is this, that you are finding it very difficult because your emails are filled up with junk mail. You have a lot of junk mail in your mailbox. You have a lot of junk mail in your mail that you're using. So the first thing that you need to do is that clear all your mail, junk mail. So don't unnecessarily make your mail very heavy. So if you are having a full of inboxes full with a junk mail, clear it up. Clear it up. Is it okay?
Yes.
So
Next, your mobile phones, which are very, very
Yes,
important
sir.
for your examination. Mobile phone. Keep adequate space, which means memory. Clear or clean it up. Use a cleaner. Clean up any kind of unnecessarily, which we call the catch files, residuals, and don't jam your phone memory with songs and videos. At least from the point of view of an examination, for a few days, keep your memory full. This will help your process of submission. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you are making this phone very heavy with respect to all these things in your mobile phone, so please don't use multiple tabs while giving an examination. Don't use multiple tabs. You're already on with your Facebook. The backdrop operations should be reduced to the minimum when you are at least submitting the files. Otherwise, this can create a lot of problems in the process. Use a proper PDF converter. PDF converter. Now, which is a proper PDF converter? You all have it along with you. I don't need to mention that. You can go for cam scammers. You can go for Google on their Microsoft Lens, all these things. But remember, when you are converting it to a PDF, if you're doing it from Adobe, you want to send the file, not the link. Not the link. Generally, with Adobe scanners, what happens is that they convert the file into a cloud link. And when you send it directly from the Adobe file, you are sending the examiner only the link of the file. So please be very careful if anyone is doing with Adobe scanners. You need to send the file PDF, not the link of the file, because the link of the file does not denote your paper. It link is meaning that this link is for the internal storage within Adobe Cloud. Okay, so we need to extract it from Adobe Cloud. So that is not something we are expected to do. So you need to be very careful when you're using an Adobe scanner. So you need to be versatile for that. So use it before you are using it finally for the examination. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Finally, take a proper picture. Take a proper picture. Which means crop areas which is unnecessarily. Crop. Sometimes you take your pictures on a bed sheet or you take it on a table. So why are you taking the pictures of the table itself? All the sides of the table, just crop it up. So crop the unnecessary. Unnecessary. Crop what is unnecessary. So you don't just need to, you just need to give where you have written. So you don't need to give the scenery of where you have given the examination. Okay. So please be very careful when taking a proper picture. All right. So this is very, very important for you to understand. And while taking a picture, most of the students, they unknowingly, they just don't take or they cut the place where they have the signature. This I have observed in many of the signature part. This is not acceptable. And later on, just don't tell me, sir, I have forgotten to take that properly and may I submit a second paper. So please be careful that the full page comes into the picture. Crop the unnecessary part, which is extra, because that is only increasing your file size. Okay. And take a very proper picture, which is clearly visible. So visibility is very important, which we call it as clarity. And don't take a picture which is very hazy or something which is very, very dark or which is very glaring, too much amount of light. That can be very difficult for us to read the paper. You take the picture. If you think that it is proper, then only send it. Otherwise, just take a next shot and then send the proper PDF. Clear?
Sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine. And the final thing that is important for all of you to understand is this. Send it. Start scanning early. Means that officially your paper ends at 2 p.m. Uploading has to be completed. So if you can only start at least 15 minutes earlier, then the whole process can be done very, very nicely. Don't do things in haste. The problem arises when you take time and you are just panicking. So panicking is the problem. So the word is don't panic. And if you are doing things properly, then you don't need to panic. Because ultimately what you send will be evaluated. So this is very important from my side. Any question? So you are not sending any kind of multiple file. There is no room for sending multiple files. Please understand one thing very carefully. There are almost 150 to 160 students in a group of a group in charge. So everyone starts sending 1 or 2 files. So that number can go up to 250 to 300, which becomes unmanageable. And so what we do is that if you send a multiple file, we simply don't accept your paper because you're creating a problem for others. All right. So please be very careful. Don't send. And yes, one more thing. And don't send it to any other ID other than your designated email ID, all right, of your group in charge, all right, of your group in charge, which means that you should not send it to anyone else. If you're sending your paper to anyone else, your paper will be immediately cancelled because that is not where your paper should have reached. This is a very, very official document. You are not supposed to send the paper to anyone else. If you find a trailing mail of your paper to anyone else, send even wrongly, we will be bound to take very serious actions against you. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So remember, any kind of a problem, don't feel shy and wait for too long. Call your group in charge, talk to your group in charge, who will be available to you. And I've told you, stop from any kind of these things. If you can just clear it up, you will be having a lot of the problems already solved. And finally, uh, give your roll numbers correctly, write your file names correctly, and I don't think you will have any problem as such for your examination. And with respect to the templates and all those things, I have explained to you very clearly. Now, if you are just printing every page, you just need to print the first page, fill it up, and see there is enough space to write on the bottom. Okay, so there is not little space, but there is enough space to write. You may use this page. First page is also this. This is page number 1. This is page number 1. This is page number 2, and this follows. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I don't think there is any further query from my part. Anyone else having any question? Can we
Sir,
stop?
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hi, Bolo.
Hello, sir. Sir, বলছি I am a physically challenged person. So this I am able to get some extra time or not?
Please talk to Pema sir about this, okay? Because with respect to this, if we have any circular, okay, please talk to him. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone else? I think it is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I can only wish you luck for your examination, and please follow these instructions, and this will not only help you, but it will also help the department in smoothly conducting the examination. Okay. Best wishes for your examination.